Today, I 100% Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. This is a funny little indie game that follows Turnip Boy's life after his previous game, Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. This game has 23 achievements, but unlike my last two 100% videos, I actually start this game with 0 since it's my first ever playthrough. We start with Dilitini calling us on the phone in order to tell us about his new gigabrain plan he's thought up of. So we go to him and he tells us about the Botanical Bank, a bank owned by Stinky which houses the grand motherlode that we can steal for ourselves and retire. Dilitini gives us some training in dodging and attacking, and we're ready to go in. Once we enter, we get our first achievement for breaking into the Botanical Bank for the first time and see that we have a jammer in place to stop the fuzz from getting called for a certain amount of time. During that time, we can explore the bank, but we return quickly since the time was very limited. Back at base, we find out that Annie has access to the dark web, where we can find items that will help us throughout our several heists. We buy a laser pointer that can melt holes in vaults, and we get our second achievement by doing so. Going back to the bank, we figure out that it has a security system, where elevators take you to a random room within the facility, but they can be identified by the designs marked on the elevator doors. We shake some boys and find an artist that was making a commission for a streamer, and was wondering when the streamer would pay him back. But then after we intervened, he ended up getting paid back in exposure. The Eternal Curse. This is one of the many tasks you can do for people within the bank, all of these which we have to complete for an achievement later. We go back after our first true heist, and along with it, we get an achievement for stealing $1,000. We can deposit weapons we have found in the bank to the research bench to unlock better weapons as time goes on, and once we deposit our first weapon, we get an achievement. Future unlocked weapons can be equipped at the weapons bench besides it, and checking it out, we get our 5th achievement. The HQ also has Roboroids, which are in no way not legal, but alas, we were a little brokey after purchasing some C4, so we go back to the bank. Another heist goes as we meet more food homies we have to do tasks for, and have our first encounter with the Fuzz, which we managed to survive. Now we're a bit more loaded in cash, so we can purchase a Roboroid and get an achievement right after. This next heist is where things get real, as we find the first boss of the game, Sergeant Yeehaw, the most American that's ever Americaned. Alas, we threw hands since bro took over Puerto Rico before he was even born, and we defeated him along with another achievement. Then we enter an area where we learned that many of the residents of the town moved in here after our battle with God, which resulted in mass destruction of the area. We're not arrestable though, I guess, so we keep talking to people and try to keep finding out where the motherlode is. We explore some more while finding a girl that wants me to go to hell to give her grandma a manhwa. After a while, we purchase a box off the dark web that allows us to enter past some cardboard gate that the cardboard fanatic wouldn't let me through. We find what the game calls a junkie, but really it's just a big sour apple, and we start throwing hands. Turns out, sour apples have hands, and they went right through my turnip body. So I had to go back for some revenge. Then I proceeded to die again to his minions and projectiles. 3rd time's the charm, however, and with the power of the shoddy, I took Mr. Apple down and grabbed another achievement. Defeating the apple led me to a dark area where I couldn't see and kept stepping on green owie fluids, so I had to go back to base to get some items to help me. While I got back to base, the achievement for stealing $100,000 popped, so we were progressing pretty well. We purchased some more roids and items like a lantern and boots so we could go through the dark room with ease, and in this area we found an elevator to hell. When we found the grandma and realized she speaks in a certain manner.
How may the queen of the other side help you today?
Forgetting that, we also found a conglomeration of fruits which were blocking our way, so we did have to return to HQ to buy a separator off the dark web and free the fruits from an eternal merged damnation. This gave us a quick path to the 3rd boss of the game, Mega Chad. Yes, that's his name, and his fight consisted of dodging big lasers while not getting distracted by slime and soap cutting videos. I cannot make this up, but it does mean that he was easily defeated, and thus another badge is obtained. Still no sign of the grand motherlode, however, so we keep venturing deeper where we find a creepy mansion-esque area that we traverse after stocking up on more roids and items at HQ. We also had to purchase a build-your-own bridge kit to pass a crevice, and I gotta wonder how Turnip Boy can carry all of that. We keep venturing, however, and find what seems to be the old owner of the bank back when humans were alive, and lord does he look weird. The fight wasn't too difficult as he made a Starbucks order and then perished, of course giving us a yummy achievement. We're still stumped after not seeing a sign of the motherlode, anywhere, but Stinky tells us that we can't find it even if it's right under our nose, which lets us know to scan under the bank and see that there's a sewage system in the center. So we go back to HQ and buy a crowbar off the deep web and a waifu daki for a task we gotta do, and then we go into the sewers. I can tell you that the sewers were mainly composed of rats, and the back rooms. I don't even know where are the back rooms. Oh god, oh I will never go back there again. We keep venturing until we find a very, very shiny room. We know the mother lode is near, and Stinky knows so too. We walk a bit, and alas, we found the damn mother lode! And holy moly, it was worth $1 million and an achievement. Stinky was gonna make us suffer, and that's when he tells us he was the one who life-ended my dad, Don Turnip Chino. Shot in the back without being able to fight back. I teared up here, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a baby. But the achievement made the pain hurt less. Dilatini was angry though, and thought of a plan, so we go back to HQ. Thanks to the mother lode, we easily get the steal $1 million achievement. Dilatini tells us that we're going to steal the whole bank so Stinky can cope. So, we buy the final items like rockets from the deep web and the remaining roids to finish this once and for all. This does give us 2 more achievements. The heist is basically a boss rush from here on all 4 corners of the bank, so we can put down rockets in each boss area and then return to the center console and press the button. The bank is now ours, flying to the moon with another achievement. All seems good, but then a Gurren Lagann glasses wearing ass dude comes with some aliens in order to stop us, so plans now have changed. We need to dodge for our lives as we go back to the corners and remove the missiles, but the aliens were ready. We were about to perish until the one and only Dilatini comes out, telling us how we were the son he never had, the son he wishes he had. And with one final push of the pedal, the aliens were gone, but so was Dilatini. But also we got another achievement. Let's go. And with that, the main story of the game is complete, but we are still, however, missing 4 achievements. So we will get them during this cleanup section of the game. This game makes the cleanup pretty easy though. So first we have to find the last photos to show Annie. We've already taken a couple during the game in some areas such as the back rooms, but we were missing one last one that's tied to a task where we married 2 Gage and I think also trans homies, and it honestly was kind of cute. With that, we get one of our final achievements. We later grind going to the HQ and back to the bank repeatedly in order to get new weapons that we can drop in the bench, and then we eventually reached max research level, which gave us another achievement. 2 more achievements to go, finishing all the tasks and getting all the hats. These 2, however, go hand in hand as we get the hats by finishing the tasks. So we had to grind out a stupid amount of souls for a fire DJ, and I don't mean that his music is fire. Bro is literally fire. And he gives us a little rock to give to the lonely boy that made rock friends, and they all somehow became alive. With this, we get our last 2 achievements, and Turnip Boy is officially 100%ed. I honestly love playing this game, and the 100% was super fun too, and I recommend doing it personally. There's so many memes and references, which I couldn't really fit in this video in order to not make it like 3 hours long, so make sure that you get the game yourself if you can. And with that, I'm gonna go find another game to 100%.